morning students. Today I am going to explain you the 8th experiment, that is astable and monostable multivibrator. First we shall see astable multivibrator, then I will demonstrate you the experiment, okay, then we can go for monostable multivibrator. So first, astable multivibrator. The aim of this experiment is to design and set up a stable multivibrator to generate the oscillations of this type, okay, for the given frequency and the given duty cycle, okay. So we need to generate the oscillations for the given frequency and for the given duty cycle. So first you should know what is a multivibrator. Multivibrator is a circuit which can generate the oscillations either a high or a low state, okay. Multivibrator is a circuit which is capable of generating the oscillations or a waveform of either a high or a low state, okay, depending on the charging and discharging of the capacitor, okay. So this is called multivibrator. Multivibrators are of two types. One is the astable multivibrator and another type is the monostable multivibrator. So astable means it has no stable states. Here in the waveform you can observe here T on period and off period, they are not equal. The width of the on period is more compared to the off period. That means it has no stable states. It go on producing a train of pulses depending on the charging and discharging of the capacitance, okay. So it is called astable multivibrator. In case of monostable, it has one stable state that we can see later, okay. So here first we are going to design a stable multivibrator. In a stable multivibrator, again you are going to set up two types of multivibrator. One is asymmetric multivibrator and another one is symmetric multivibrator, okay. Asymmetric in the sense both the on and off period will not be equal, okay. Since the duty cycle we have assumed is 75%, okay. Duty cycle is 75%, therefore there will we are not able to get the equal width of on and off, okay. So this type of waveform is said to be asymmetric. In case of symmetric, we can generate equal on and off period, okay. The width of both will be equal. So that kind of multivibrator is said to be symmetric multivibrator. In that case, the duty cycle will be 50%. Now we shall see the circuit. So this is the circuit diagram of asymmetric astable multivibrator, okay. So the circuit is designed using IC 555 timer. So IC 555 timer can generate the delay of our requirement, okay. It can produce the time delays. That means it can generate either a square wave or a rectangular wave. So the IC 555 timer has totally 8 pins. So out of 8 pins, here we are using pin number 1, pin number 2, pin number 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So all these pins we are using in IC 555 timer. You can observe here pin number 1 is directly grounded, and for pin number 5, capacitance of 0.1 microfarad is connected to the ground, and from pin number 2 also one more capacitance of 0.1 microfarad is connected, and then it is grounded. Between pin number 7 and 2, a resistance of 3.3 kilo ohm is connected, and between pin number 8 and 7, one more resistor of value 6.8 kilo ohm is connected. 8 and 4 are shorted, and all the three from RA, 8 and 4 all should be shorted and given to VCC, that is plus 5 volts. Here also the pin number 6 and 2 must be shorted. Okay, and pin number 3 is the output. We are observing the output waveform at pin number 3. So these are the connections of asymmetric multivibrator. Okay, so in the theory, in module 5 you have studied about the multivibrator. So from theory part you already know these equations, derived the equations for T on, T off and T. Okay, so the T on, the expression for T on will be equal to 0.693 into RA plus RB into C, and T off will be 0.693 RB into C. So the total time T will be equal to on, T on plus T off. The equation get modified to 0.693 into RA plus 2RB into C. You need to remember these equations. Okay, from these equations we can calculate the values of RA, RB and C. Okay, so let us assume the frequency first. We need to generate the oscillations of frequency 1 kilohertz, and D stands for duty cycle, that is 75%. We need to achieve this duty cycle. Okay, so these are the given datas. For these datas we need to design the circuit now. So frequency is given, we can easily calculate the time delay, that is period. One period is equal to 1 over f, that is equal to 1 over 1 kilohertz, that is equal to 1 millisecond. So T, the total period T should be equal to 1 millisecond. Here in the waveform you can observe what is T. One period is equal to 1 cycle, that is T on plus T off is equal to 1 period T. So this T should be equal to 1 milliseconds. Then duty cycle, we know the formula of duty cycle, that is D equals T on by T. From this equation we can calculate T on. T on is equal to duty cycle into T. Okay, duty cycle, it is in terms of percentage. If we convert this to fraction, it becomes 0.75. 0.75 into 1 millisecond, that is equal to 0.75 milliseconds. So T on should be 0.5 milliseconds. Okay, so here in the waveform we should get the width of the T on should be 0.75 milliseconds. Okay, then T off. So T, the total period T is nothing but T on plus T off. T is nothing but T on plus T off. So now using this formula we can calculate T off. T off is equal to T minus T on. So T is 1 millisecond minus T on is 0.75 milliseconds. So 1 minus 0.5 is 0.25 milliseconds. So T off should be 0.25 milliseconds. So here we should get T off is equal to 0.25 milliseconds. Okay. Now assume the value of capacitance C equals 0.1 microfarad. Okay, we know the formula of T off, that is T off is equal to 0.693 RB into C. This is the formula of T off. So using this formula you substitute the values. T off is equal to T off we have already calculated 0.25 milli, substitute here, that is equal to 0.693 into RB we need to calculate, keep it as it is, into C value we have assumed 0.1 microfarad. Okay, so substitute all these values and simplify to get the value of RB. So we get RB equals 3.607 kilo ohm, but the standard value of the resistance available is 3.3 kilo ohm. So choose RB equals 3.3 kilo ohm. Okay, now we know the formula of T on. T on is equal to 0.693 into RA plus RB into C. So T1 we have calculated here, that is 0.75 milliseconds. Okay, substitute here 0.75 milli equal to 0.693 into RA we need to calculate now, plus RB is 3.3 K into C is 0.1 microfarad. Okay, so simplifying all these, we get RA equals 7.2 kilo ohm. Okay, but the standard value of the resistance available is 6.8 kilo ohm. So choose RA equals 6.8 kilo ohm. Okay, so RA is equal to 6.8 kilo ohm, RB is 3.3 kilo ohm, and C is 0.1 microfarad. See, the time delay of the output waveform depends on the values of these three components. Okay, so depending on RA, RB and C, we can design our design our required readings. Okay, so now let us see the waveforms. So this is VC. VC means capacitor voltage. Okay, so this is measured at pin number 2. Okay, this can be measured at pin number 2. That means at this point, if you keep the probe, you can get the value of VC. Okay, so VC, if you keep it there, you can get this waveform. Okay, so this shows the charging and discharging of the capacitor. Okay, so charging is denoted by TC and discharging time is denoted by TD. So TC plus TD is equal to 1 period. Okay, so now the output waveform. So depending on charging and discharging, we can get the on and off period. So charging time is equal to on time and discharging time is equal to off time. So again, charging time is equal to on time and discharging off time. So in this way, it can generate a rectangular waveform. Okay, so here you need to measure T on and T off. From that you can calculate the period. So one period, if you calculate, you can get the frequency, that is F equals 1 over T. So that will give you the required frequency. So this is about the design of the astable multivibrator of asymmetric type. Okay, now let us see the circuit and practically I will show you the experiment. See students, to rig up the circuit, you need to take this type of springboard. Okay, so previously you were using this kind of springboard, okay, for op-amp experiments. Now you have to connect the circuit using this type of connection board. Okay, so here you can insert the IC. So 555 timer IC is here. Okay, upon that it will be written any 555. Okay, so any 555. Okay, so you can see here on the back side there will be connections like this. Okay, so from pin number 1, pin number 1, 2, 3, 4, like that, it will be internally get connected to the terminals. Okay, now I have inserted the IC in the first slot. Okay, so this IC, it consists of 8 pins. So 4 pins to the left side and 4 pins to the right side. So corresponding to this pin is the pin number 1. Okay, so this is pin number 1, this is pin number 2, pin number 3, 4. Okay, this is 5, 6, 7 and 8. So according to the circuit, can see the circuit here. Okay, so pin number 1 should be directly grounded here. Okay, So you can observe pin number 1 I have grounded here. I have made this ground point, okay, common ground point. So pin number 1 is directly grounded. Then from pin number 2, capacitance of 0.1 microfarad is connected between 2 and ground. Similarly, this side also between pin number 5 and ground. See, all the 3 must be shorted and made it ground. You can observe here from pin number 2, this is 0.1 microfarad. Okay, so that is connected between pin number 2 and ground. Okay, similarly, this is pin number 5. From pin number 5, capacitance is connected and negative terminal is made ground here. Okay, and between 6 and 2 it should be directly shorted. So pin number 6 is here. So pin number 6 I have shorted to 2, pin number 2. Okay, 6 and 2 are directly shorted. Then between 7 and 2, 3.3 kilo ohm. Okay, you can observe here, this is 3.3 kilo ohm. Okay, I have connected between pin number 2 and pin number 7. Okay, similarly between pin number 7 and 8, 6.8 kilo ohm is connected. Between 7 and 8, 6.8 kilo ohm is connected, and 8 and 4 should be shorted. See here, this is 8 and pin number 4 should be shorted. Okay, both are shorted here, and between 8 and 4 it should be given to plus VCC, that is plus 5 volts. So I have given plus 5 volts to here from the power supply. You can observe here plus 5 volts is written here. Okay, you have to connect plus 5 from here, okay, to the pin number 8, and negative terminal I have connected to the ground. Okay, this common ground I have connected. So now let us observe the waveforms. Okay, see, the first waveform is the capacitor waveform. Okay, VC. This can be measured by connecting a probe from first channel I have connected to pin number 2. You can observe here pin number 2 positive I have connected to pin number 2, negative to the ground. Okay, so you can observe the capacitor voltage here, charging as well as discharging, charging, discharging. Okay, then output is connected to pin number 3. Okay, from another channel take a probe. Okay, I have connected this to the second channel of the CRO. Okay, so I have displayed the capacitor waveform and the output waveform to both the channels on the CRO. Okay, now you need to measure the T on and T off. Okay, so in the manual there is a tabular column. You can observe here there is a tabular column. So theoretically the designed value should be written. Okay, so in the design you have observed T on should be 0.75 milliseconds, T off is 0.25 milliseconds, T is 1 millisecond, frequency is 1 kilohertz, and duty cycle is 75. So all these data are in the design value. You can observe here T on is 0.75, T off 0.25. Okay, so T on plus T gives you 1 milliseconds. Okay, then frequency should be 1 kilohertz and duty cycle must be 75%. Okay, so all these data I have written here. Okay, so these are the theoretical values. Now let us measure the practical values. So T on, observe here in the waveform. So set the waveform in such a way that you should measure. Okay, so by varying these knobs, X position and Y position knobs, you can set the waveform to here. Okay, so this is the origin point. From here, how many divisions you need to calculate? This is here to here, it is 1 division. So after 1 it is 0.2, 0.4, 0.6, 0.8. Okay, so approximately it is 0.8 milliseconds. So 0.8 into here in volt per division it is pointing at 2. Okay, so 0.8 into 2. 0.8 into time per division. Okay, so 0.8 into 1.8 into 0.5 milliseconds. Okay, this is pointing at 0.5. So here it is 1.8 into 0.5. How much you need to calculate? 0.8 into 0.5, you will get 1.8 into 0.5, you will get 0.9 milliseconds. Okay, so 0.9 milliseconds you record on that. Okay, this is T on. Similarly, T off in the waveform, so here you can see from here 0.2, 0.4, 0.6, 0.8. So 0.8 into here 0.5. So 0.8 into 0.5. How much? 0.8 into 0.5. It is 0.4. 0.8 into 0.5. 0.4 milliseconds. Okay, so what is T? T is nothing but T on plus T off. So now you add 0.9 plus 0.4. It is 1.3 milliseconds. Okay, and frequency is nothing but 1 over T. So 1 over 1.3, it is 0.76 okay, kilohertz. Okay, 0.76 kilohertz means here 0.76 kilo I will multiply to this, you will get 769 hertz. Okay, actually we have to get 1 kilohertz, that is 1000 hertz we should get. We are getting 769 hertz. Okay, now duty cycle formula is nothing but T on by T. So T on is 0.9, okay, 0.9 milli divided by T is 1.3 milliseconds. So 0.9 divided by 1.3 milliseconds, we get 0.6923. Okay, multiply with 100, because we need to express this in percentage. So we get 69.23%. Okay, for 75% we are getting 69% approximately. So this is the practical value of the duty cycle. Okay, so if we adjust, if we connect properly, we can achieve the proper values also, T on and T off. So here if we consider this also, this part, so it is 2 divisions. 2 into 0.5, you will get T on 1 millisecond we get. Okay, so you need to consider from here to here only. Okay, so if the circuit connections and values are proper, you can achieve the proper values. Okay, you can achieve 75% duty cycle. Okay, so this is asymmetric multivibrator. Next I am going to demonstrate you the symmetric multivibrator. Thank you for watching the video.